Shalom Aleichem for Shabbat Bechukotai. Mishnah Yomi is in chapter 9 of Sotah. We began chapter 9 yesterday. We are in the second Mishnah about Eglah Arufah. And this is the famous and tragic ritual described in Deuteronomy chapter 21, where they found a murdered body and they don't know who it is and they don't know who committed this crime. So chapter 9, Mishnah 2, Nimtza Tamun Bago. What if they find the corpse was buried under stones, o talui be'ilan, or was hanging from a tree, o tzafo pnei hamayim, or it's floating on water? Lo hayu orfin. They do not use the calf and decapitate a calf for this murder, shnamar, because the verse actually says be'adama, on the earth. Velo tamun begal. This excludes one that's covered with a pile of rocks. Nofil, it's fallen. Velo talui be'ilan, not a body, God forbid, hanging from the tree. Besodeh, on the field. Velo tzafel pnei hamayim, not floating on a body of water. Nimtza samuch lasvar. Now, if they found the body right by the border of Eretz Yisrael, and there are, you understand, pagan, violent, warlike nations on the border, something which we are unfortunately familiar with today. Or they find it in Eretz Yisrael, but next to a city which is mostly pagans, idolaters, known to spill blood. Or near a Jewish city, but one that has no court, a court large enough to try a capital case. So lo hayorfin, they would not bring the Eglah Arufah ritual. In the first two cases, it's because the pasuk says motza, when it's found sort of by surprise, not a place where, unfortunately, it's common to find victims of a murder, near the pagans, the idolaters, the Hamasniks, and the like, God forbid, lo aleinu. And the third case, where there's no local court, they would actually measure to the closest court. But you do understand that a city with no Jewish court, empowered to try capital crimes, they might actually have more serious crimes because there's less deterrent. As the Mishnah explains, ein modedin, we don't measure from the corpse to the town, elam ir sheyesh ba beitin. Unless it's a city that actually has a court of 23 judges that could, in theory, try a capital case, a murder case. What about nimsa mechuvan ben shtei ayarot? What if it's found right smack dab in between two such cities? So in this case, shtehen, both of the cities, meviot shtei agalot. They both bring together two calves. Divrei Rabbi Eliezer. Now, according to Rabbi Eliezer, it's possible to measure with a lot of precision and say, wow, it's smack dab in the middle, so both cities are the closest and both are obligated. The other sages disagree that it's possible to be so very precise, so they say that the two cities would get together, pool their assets, and bring one Eglah Arufah, and sort of in a quasi-partnership, and say whoever's the real closest city is the one that this counts for. And finally, Ve'ein Yerushalayim via Eglah Arufah. Yerushalayim never brings an Eglah Arufah. It would be the next closest city to Yerushalayim would actually do the ceremony. And the Bartanura here brings an explanation. The pasuk says in Devarim chapter 21, Be'adama asher Hashem Elokecha noten lecha nachal al rishta, on the ground that Hashem, your God, has given you as an inheritance to inherit. Prat Yerushalayim, this actually excludes Yerushalayim Kodesh, shelo nitchalka l'shvatim. The city of Yerushalayim is not divided amongst the tribes as a nachala, as an inheritance. It's sort of a city that's really is for all of the tribes and for all of the Jewish people. So Yerushalayim really has a special status. It's for every single Jewish person. It's like an international city in the good way. Let's go on to Mishnah Gimel. Nimtza rosho b'makam echad. They find the head of the victim in one place, v'gufa makam acher. But Nebuch, the body, is somewhere else. So heads are going to roll over this problem. Molichi narosh etzel haguf. They bring the head back to the body. Divri Rabbi Eliezer, according to Rabbi Eliezer. Rabbi Akiva disagrees. He says a goof etzel rosh. Says no, you leave the head where it is and you schlep the body to the head and you measure from that point. The Rav Bartanura brings from the Gemara about the forensic science behind both of these. If you're a crime scene investigator, you should really check out this Bartanura. Yishar kochachem, Shabbat Shalom, good Shabbos.